You know the feeling, right? You set this massive, ambitious goal for the year, and then it just kind of fizzles out by March. Well, what if there was a simple system to stop that from happening? Today, we're breaking down a framework that does exactly that. It's called the Win the Week Scorecard, and it is all about turning those huge goals into weekly actions you can actually win. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. We all start the year with so much energy, but pretty soon that big goal feels so far away and we start to drift. And you know why? Because without those weekly check-ins, that goal isn't really a plan. It's just a wish. Okay, so how do we actually bridge that gap? How do we go from just wishing to, actually winning? The answer is in a tool that is deceptively simple, a weekly scorecard. Let's dig into why this one little change can totally transform how your team performs. And here is where the magic really starts to happen. This slide shows you the huge shift a scorecard creates. It yanks your conversations out of the vague, fuzzy world of feelings and into the solid, concrete world of facts. You stop asking, so how did the week feel? And you start asking, did we hit the number? Yes or no? I mean, that change alone brings a level of clarity and accountability that is just so hard to get any other way. And the benefits of making that shift? They're immediate and they are powerful. First off, you get instant feedback. You know every single week if you're on track or if you're drifting. No more waiting until the end of the quarter to find out you're way off course. Second, it creates this steady heartbeat of performance, right? A consistent rhythm that just builds momentum. And finally, it guarantees alignment. You know for sure you're not just busy, you're busy working on the right things. So, what does this thing actually look like? You might be picturing some kind of complex dashboard with a million charts, but its real power is actually in its simplicity. So let's break down the blueprint for picking the metrics that truly matter. The best way to think about the Win the Week scorecard is as a translation tool. It takes that massive, kind of intimidating annual goal, and it translates it into a few key numbers you can actually do something about this week. It's all about making the monumental feel manageable, and it keeps that big goal front and center every single day. Okay, now this is probably the most important rule of the whole thing. You have to be absolutely ruthless with your focus. The magic number is 3 to 5 metrics. That's it, max. I love this desert island test. If you were stranded on an island and you could only see a handful of numbers to know if your business was okay, what would they be? That is the level of focus we're talking about here. Anything more than 5 is just noise. And to make this scorecard really sing, your 3 to 5 metrics have to be a strategic mix. You need what we call lagging indicators. These are your results, right? Like weekly revenue. They tell you what already happened. But you also need leading indicators. These track the crucial activities that drive those results, like how many qualified calls your sales team booked. You see, tracking leading indicators is kind of like having a crystal ball. They help you predict your future results. Okay, theory is great, but let's get practical. How do you actually build one of these for yourself or for your team? You might be surprised by how straightforward it really is. Here it is, your 3-step action plan. Step 1. You start with the big prize, that 12-month goal. Step 2 is just simple math, divided by 52. All of a sudden, that scary number becomes a totally manageable weekly target. And from there, step 3 is where you pick your super focused list of 3 to 5 metrics, that perfect mix of leading and lagging indicators that will prove you're on the right track. And this slide is a perfect example of what a finished scorecard could look like. Notice the mix, right? You've got your lagging indicators up top, the results like revenue and churn, but then you have the leading indicators underneath that actually drive those results, things like qualified calls and proactive client touchpoints. You can see the cause and effect right there on the page. More proactive touchpoints should lead to lower churn. That right there is the scorecard in action. All right, so you've picked your metrics, you've set your targets, but how do you know when your scorecard is really ready to go? Let's talk about what the finish line, what done, actually looks like. Think of this as your final quality check. Your scorecard is ready when you can confidently say yes to every single item on this list. Do you have just 3 to 5 clear metrics? Does every one of them have a weekly target? Can you actually measure them easily every single week? And finally, does it all connect up to the bigger company goals? If you can say yes, 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 and yes, you're ready to go. So we'll leave you with this one crucial question. This takes everything we just talked about and makes it real for you. Forget the annual plan for a second. Forget the quarter. Based on your most important goals, what are the 3 to 5 numbers that will tell you with absolute clarity if you are winning or losing next week? Answer that, and you found your scorecard.